3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. I did some Ubering. Some Canadians gave me a $20 tip. I was on my way to Bob Ward because I also have like a dope coupon. But I was passing by the park and I saw some guy doing art with a sign, and all it says is art on it. So I'm gonna go see what the guy's art sign is about and tell him I'm currently live streaming and see if he wants to talk about his art. It's coming time to Halloween, and there's all these like Halloween decorations that are kind of up and running, and I'm not really big on any kind of decorations, but I'm definitely not like the happiness police. Hi, I see you all the time. What's your name?
Linda?
Linda? Oh.
What is your name?
I'm Lakeitha.
Lakeitha.
Yeah, and I saw you at Costco yesterday, and I was like, that's my neighbor, but I didn't know your name, so I didn't want to be like, hey, da-da-da.
Well, I walk the dog every day.
I know, I see you.
Oh, yeah, we've got to come out and walk the dog.
Oh, my
She
gosh.
reads her newspaper, but she's a little hard of hearing.
Oh.
And she's got sort of cataracts in her eyes, so we just let her smell.
Yeah, just do the things. Yeah. I had a dog that I thought was deaf, and I took him to the vet, and you know what they said?
No.
He's not deaf. He's just isn't listening to you. And I was like, wait a minute. He does listen to my daughter. Rascal.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Well, see you later, Linda.
Okay. You have a nice evening.
You too. So sweet. I see her all the time. Let's do art. I came by. I saw your sign. Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I have a live stream, and I'm live streaming right now. You're not on the live stream right now, but can we live stream together and do art?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I use your water bottle to prop up?
Dude, you can whatever you need.
Here we go. I'm gonna just put us right here. My name's Lakeitha.
Lakeitha, what are you live on?
I'm on YouTube,
Oh, wow.
and I'm on a kick. On a kick right now of live streaming every 290 days straight. So,
290, you said?
yeah.
Wow.
And so, there we go. Give you that back.
Those things.
And then this is us.
Hello, everybody.
Yep.
How's it going?
There we go. And we'll see what we get into.
Yeah.
I'm actually not that much of... Or wait, we could probably... I'm not that much of an art person, like a visual artist.
For sure.
But back in the day, I could write a mean song.
Oh, a song.
Yeah. So we're here. I don't know. Hi, guys.
Hello.
All right. So what are we going to do with our art?
Well, I've just been painting these little UFOs.
Okay.
And, I don't know, just kind of seeing where it goes.
Let me...
Would you like a canvas?
Yes. Can I paint
Yes.
you?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love that, actually.
Let's try it out.
That sounds so dope. You know, I actually came here. I was like, I'm new to this town. I don't really know anybody, but I'm looking for artists.
Where are you from?
Great Falls.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you came here?
Yeah. I don't like that town very much.
Why not?
There's just nothing for me out there, you know.
Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah, you know. But here, I'm living with my sister right now, practically rent-free.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's the move.
Yeah, and just trying to get an apartment, but also figure myself out.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. It's been a hell of a journey.
Huh.
You know?
How old are you?
22.
Oh, you're a baby.
That's what everyone says. That's awesome.
Can I tell you, I just turned 42.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
What? can you give me, not knowing me, just rolled up on me, just from your life experience, can you give me any amount of advice?
Well, the biggest advice I've lived by is just keep going. You know, even if it sucks, even if it's scary, even if you're tired and you don't want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
Even like, and like art's helped me like realize many life lessons. Like, even putting something down on a piece of paper is speaking more than just not doing it. Because when you make the choice to not do something, you're taking away what that can teach you.
Say it again.
When you make the choice to not do something, you're taking away from yourself what it could teach you.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That almost makes me want to cry. It's like, yeah.
Well,
So,
you know, there's a lesson in everything, even if it can be good and bad. You know, same with consequences, good and bad. It's what you learn from it and what you take away. And even any lesson you learn, anything you take away, you can use to create.
what's your name again?
Jasiah.
Josiah.
Jasiah.
Jasiah. How do you spell it?
Jasiah.
Josiah. You're very wise.
Well, thank you.
Huh. Good for you. This channel actually started, not the channel, the channel is 3+Kei, and I do Christian content.
Awesome.
This live stream, as it is called the Secret Heart Club, and it started because the affliction I have is depression, and which is in contrast to my normal like happy-go-lucky self. Such a terrible thing, I think. But anyway, the bout hit me, you know, and I wanted to live stream my depression and what it looked like to come out of the depression. I have a brand called PursueTheSmile.
Nice.
What it looks like to come out of depression by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And so I live streamed that process of me coming out of depression. And it's funny, just like, it's a creative thing. And it's also like, depression is hard, anxiety is hard, like life in general is hard. But specifically by prioritizing those three things, the physical health, the gym. I started going into the gym, and now I just won a powerlifting competition. Yeah. And I started playing the ukulele, which I no longer play anymore.
Aww.
But this today will be fulfilling education.
Well, it's a new medium, you know, and what's funny is this is my second day painting.
This, like, ever?
Ever. Well, I mean, art class in elementary school.
Yeah. So your second day, my first day.
Yeah, so typically I just do pencil, but I decided
Hi.
hello. Hi, puppies. But I decided to step away from the pencil because, you know, getting out of your comfort zone is where you grow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And these are just some art with my pencil. But, you know, I should have brought another sketch. But,
Wow.
yeah.
Will you put your Let's Do Art sign up just so they can see it?
I just made this at the park, hoping to manifest somebody to do art with me, and look what happened.
And look what happened. And I'm just the sort to roll. That's my car right there. I was going to, like I said, Bob Ward's, and I was like, screw it.
Nice.
I'll do art with some guy.
Sick, dude. Sick. I was actually hoping that's what would happen.
So I'm going to take a...
You can take a brush. I got markers. You can use my
Yeah,
pencil.
let's do a marker. Let's
Yeah,
do a marker situation. So we've got this blank slate, tabla rasa, and we've got our pens, and I am going to draw Jasiah.
Awesome, dude. That's so dope.
And just for the record, this isn't, I'm not an artist. I also do not.
Have you done art before?
No. And I have also, why I came over, I'm learning about people who are different than me. So right now I'm reading a book called Quiet about introverts because I'm so suspicious of introverted people. It's like, why am I saying all this about nothing? Anyway, as it would turn out, it's all like this social scam put together by advertisers and like colleges, like the concept itself of introversion.
Oh yeah.
It's like a culture of personality that was developed in the 1900s. People used to be almost like all
Exclusively.
introverted,
Yeah.
and we quote unquote developed our personalities to sell more. The industrial revolution started, so to separate ourselves from the commoners in the mills to the white collar people who can speak effectively and win
Right.
people over. And it's like all a scam.
Yeah. No,
The
it literally
extroverted,
is.
you know.
Well, and it's like, I've been introverted most of my adult life, and this is like the first year I've really started to like it started with me going just to the store and being like, hey, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
And now I work in customer service, so I have no
Oh.
choice but to be extroverted.
Look at
And
you.
That has just built my light. Like, I can feel it burning within me now. And 5 years ago, if you asked me about light, I would have not been able to tell you what that was.
Can I ask you, do you think like truly introverted, or like you like that was your response to
It
the
was a
circumstances in
response.
your life?
So it's like, I wouldn't say I had the easiest life.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I lived with my grandparents for my teenage years, and it was a shift, like the generational gap, the misunderstandings, like old folks don't really get the new gen,
I know it.
and it's that plus, going back to an old school that had people that I hadn't seen since I was like 3 or 4.
Oh,
And just all these things would just keep me in this shell.
right.
Like, I wouldn't clean my room, I wouldn't shower, I wouldn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Sounds like depression, my friend.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I have been like, since those times, I've been like slowly climbing that ladder, which sometimes turns into a rope, sometimes it turns into stairs, sometimes it's not even there. But the thing about that ladder is that it's actually always there. You just have to believe that it's there.
Yeah,
You just have to allow yourself to see it and keep going.
I believe that.
And this whole experience of life is, I keep getting put into perspective. I'm only 22 years old.
Right.
I thought my world was ending when I moved here because, I'm like this close to homelessness. I didn't have a job. I'm worried about my son.
You have a son?
I have a son.
Jasiah!
I have a daughter.
Oh, what? You've been out there, boy.
Yeah, high school me was out there.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but now it's I have a job now.
Yeah.
I'm about to get kicked out of my sister's place. Not to her discredit, it's
Yeah.
understandable. Like, apartments don't typically let people stay there rent free.
No, it's
And,
true. It's true.
but I just trust in the divine to lead me where I need to be. Like, they led me here. Everything, like, I don't know. I'm really into like spirituality. You mentioned you're a Christian, right?
Yeah, I am.
For sure. You can connect to this then, because it's all these signs that lead you to the places you go. Like, I don't know how that works, but I don't know. I sat there, I got off work, and I was like, I do need to paint again today, but I don't want to paint here. Because at my sister's place, it's again, not to hurt their discredit,
Right.
but it doesn't feel like my own space.
Well, yeah, because it's not.
It's not,
And that's okay.
It's an okay thing, but I decided, why not go to the park? That little voice in my head was like, just go to the park. Okay.
I'm so glad you did.
I'm glad I did too. And I was on the way here. I kept thinking, I'm like, I hope somebody comes and plays with me. I'd love to make connections.
Yeah, a lot of times I feel like we're just kind of searching for where the Lord wants us. And I will say one thing that I know, is that, like, I call it answering the call. Like, God, as in Jesus Christ, is like always pursuing us, and it looks a million different ways. Like, I've been interviewing interesting people in interesting places.
For sure.
Actually, going to see Allison here, who's on here, in about a
Allison.
month in Illinois, and I was interviewing somebody last night, and she's 55, and she's like, I spent some time with Christ, and then I had a poor experience in the church, which led me to Catholicism, which led me to Judaism, and she was talking about this dream she had. And anyway, we were talking about Jesus because that's kind of the lens of the discussions. And she was like, I don't know if I'll ever land at Jesus, at God. And it's like, the thing is like, he's always pursuing you. And even at 55, if it takes you 5 more years or 10 more years, or right before you haven't, right until your very last breath, to understand that Jesus Christ and how he died for your sins, and truly embody that and understand it. So even if you're on your spirituality trip, I want to encourage you, like, make sure people discount Christ a lot, because there's a lot going on in our country.
Yeah. No.
Do you know what I mean? But I just want to encourage you to make sure you're including Christ in that as well, because truly he's the answer. He's what you're seeking. But we all come to that conclusion, just at like different times. But I just pray for you, sooner than later you come to that conclusion. It might be a roundabout way. It might be some like loud oddball lady drawing you in a park that like plants the seed or whatever, and you just remember at some point, like, oh, there's Jesus again. I say that because you're like, because Christ will give you signs, and we'll say like spirituality or the universe or whatever.
Bye-bye. Come on, buddy. He's friendly. I just don't want to...
Yeah. Oh, nope. I have severe allergies.
Oh, well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry, boo.
Okay.
You can't just walk up
Beautiful
on anybody.
puppy.
Come on. I know. You mean well, but...
It's always a thing, 'cause this is a very dog-friendly town, but
True.
it's like, I might die.
That's valid. Yeah, no, that's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, though. I have been definitely finding my own way. And my biggest thing with Christ has always been, who am I to discount him?
True
Even
enough.
if I am, like, not a devout Christian or a part of a religion, like, and I'm not trying to sound negative here,
No,
but
yeah,
like a
of course.
religious umbrella,
Yeah.
like believers in Christ, and it's, who am I to discount his existence? Those are very real things that probably happen, and that energy transcends time, and it comes back to us, and that's how we are guided. And if people feel that that is Jesus, who am I to tell them that that's not Jesus?
That's very true. And
Like, well, and it's, like, everybody believes in something, and we could all be believing in the same thing, but it's like, again, who am I to tell you that your beliefs are wrong just because I have my own?
that's kind of the free will aspect of it, and what I think makes this country pretty awesome. Well, and for what it's worth, what makes God really awesome too. Because could you imagine if it was like, no, you will live in obedience to me?
Right.
And like, I don't know who, I'm like a very, I hate to say it, but like mischievous and kind of rebellious. Like
For sure.
I'm the type of person to come do this when I'm supposed to be on a live stream doing something else, right? It's like, come along with me, everybody. But but God is so good to not force us to live for him. And I think the interesting part, there's this, when I gave my life to Christ, it didn't happen like very smoothly. First, I was just asking questions because I was a lot like you, actually, in that I'll just ask questions. Like, I respect why, if you're Muslim or if you believe in trees, which is a thing for people, you know what I mean? Like, whoever you are, I'm going to ask questions. And I had gotten a job randomly at a Christian preschool, which was not a part of the plan at all. And they only hired Christians. The executive director who hired me, who's now a really good friend of mine, Miss Jasiah, I told her later, I was like, oh, I wasn't a Christian when you hired me. And she was like, I know, I thought you could benefit from the environment. And so, anyway, I landed there. And so naturally, you're just asking questions like, who is Jesus? And like, da 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 da. And I was going through a hard time, and Miss Laureen said, have you ever read the book of Job? And I was like, no, I haven't read any of this Bible, lady. And so I'm also open. I'm open like that, too. Sure. So I read the book of Job. And incidentally, it was on a Bible app. So I went through the book of Job, and it's about this guy named Job, and then the devil comes to God, and he's like, Job is only loyal to you because you've made everything easy. He was like super rich, super blessed, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with his life. And the devil was basically like, he's only like loyal to you because you've made his life so easy. And God was like, no, that's not true. Like, this is a legit dude. Right. And devil was like, can I stir up a little something? And he's like, yeah, just don't kill him. And we'll all see how loyal and obedient Job is. And so, like, the devil, like, killed all his animals and, like, killed all his children, I think. And, like, he got, like, scabies or something. He got, like, real, like, sores. And then his friends are like, you're stupid. You still believe in God. Like, and it's also a picture of, like, what bad friends look like. Exactly. You know what I mean? And his wife is even like, bro, like, why are you still loyal to the Lord? And Job was just like, but I know in my being, besides these external circumstances, that there is a God. Yes. Okay. I'm not, and you guys might have to correct me, I don't know if there was even like and I know he's good. It was just like, I'm still rocking with Big G God. Yeah, and so the devil was like, oh, snap. And so God, like, restored his health and then gave him, like, 10 times as many children, which was important at the time, and, like, 10 times as many livestock and all this, and, like, blessed him abundantly and abundantly and abundantly. I don't know what the point of. Oh, anyway, this is what Miss Laureen had me reading after I went through like a super traumatic event. I was like Job in that time. So that was my introduction to the Bible. And then I had a friend. I had 2 Christian friends, and I was just asking them questions, and they were so gracious to me, which was key, I think. Absolutely. Because I was asking other people, and they were like, you're challenging Jesus. And I was like, no, I'm not. So anyway, one of the friends, and this is kind of a crazier story, she fell in love with me. Oh, wow. The Christian friend. And I was like, oh, snap. Like, do you want to read the Bible together? Like, that was my response to her. So we started reading the Bible, and then she like disappeared, and then she popped back up, and she was like, I was in love with you, and that was wrong, and so I got married randomly. It was like pretty crazy. That's interesting. Yeah, she's a good person. I think I am charismatic. Oh, for sure. No. I don't know what happened there, but like, anyway, between all that, I was reading the Bible, and then my other Christian friend, because I'd be like, no, I think you're actually pretty evil for not liking gay people and not liking immigrants and like the whole kind of leftist talking points, which wasn't like even thinking for myself, I think, and it's like what you hear in the media versus like you actually know and experience people that are saying these things. That wasn't the case for me. It was like I heard this on CNN, and so you're
Right.
that, which we need to like stop doing on both sides.
Oh, absolutely.
But she, what happened there? Oh, she was like, oh, well, disprove Jesus is God. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, go prove Jesus wrong. And so I did set about doing that. And long story short, because the story's long enough, 4 months later, I gave my life to Christ through the disproving. So that's why I always tell people, like, you might just be on a journey and, like, you'll come to the same conclusions because a lot of it's very factual.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
What are you, when you think about God, what do you conceptualize? Like a girl, like a dude in the like trees, or
None of those.
yeah.
God is the flow of energy between everything that exists.
Yeah.
God is what created everything that exists. God is everything and everyone that exists. That's how I perceive God.
Yeah.
When people say God is all around us, he truly is. He is the air we breathe. He is the path we walk upon. He is that feeling that wakes us up in the middle of the night feeling like, hey, I need to do some art. He is that feeling that tells us to stay away from those bad people. He is that energy of love you just feel randomly because you feel good about yourself. That is what God is to me.
Can I tell you that I agree? In Christianity or in Protestantism, that's just like the Holy Spirit, really.
Right.
So, yeah. I think we're all, I actually got into an argument with a witch, but I was like, I think we're all saying the same thing at the end of the day, but I think the terminology is essentially the same, but the source is Jesus Christ. And then that is what gets mixed up in translation. You know, versus like one thing I love to do is like the mountains. It's why I live in Montana. Like I'm literally looking at a mountain right this second. And I bet if we see, and there's a mountain over that, we're in a valley, so it's 360 degrees of mountains. Anyway, I love to, oh, that's my, this is the 40-year-old in me coming. Oh, no, you shut your mouth. What was I saying? Oh, my favorite thing where I feel the most connected to the Lord is on top of a mountain. And so it would be easy. I think I was even having this conversation yesterday for people to say, like, look at this mountain. But I say, look at God, that he gave us these mountains. I think it's the same thing, just different conceptions of different sources. And then we'll do 3+Kei.
That's I love that.
That's all I got, Jasiah.
No, I love it. Kid.
That's all I got.
That is gorgeous. I'm going to hang it up.
I'm going to give you a card. Let me tell you, and I don't know how open you are to this, I started a church crawl. You know how there's pub crawls?
I'm not sure what that is.
A pub crawl? Oh, because you're 22. Good for you. a pub crawl is when you go from bar to bar to bar and get wasted. So I started just like super short because I had to go, but I have a lot of church hurt and I've experienced a lot of like rejection in the church because I'm so, the way I always tell people is like when you think of a conservative Christian woman, I'm not who you come up with in
Right.
your mind. And also sometimes when I step into churches, I'm not who they had in mind either.
For sure.
And so what happens many times is people are like, I hate God, or I don't want to be around God because sometimes his people are kind of dumb. But that's not the way. Kind of like Job, like I still rock with God even if like this isn't. And so what I'm trying to do, because I've gotten away from the church, I have like this love-hate relationship with like my fellow
Organized,
Christians.
yeah.
Yeah, the organized, but I don't want to give up. I don't believe I've
Absolutely
like.
not.
So anyway, I started a church crawl, and by started I mean I haven't been going to church, and tomorrow I'm going.
Yeah.
And I invited like the people down the street with they have like tattoos on their faces
For
and
sure.
stuff like that. Anyway, I want to invite you.
Yeah. I'd be down.
Do you? Let me see. Here's my. That's my YouTube card. And I would love to. I know this wasn't an interview, but I would love to like sit down and interview you.
I would love to be interviewed.
And then this is my phone number. If you text me sooner than later, I'll text you the church crawl schedule.
Okay.
And then if I never hear from you again, I'm not gonna harass you and be like, hey, let's talk about Jesus. I won't ever do that. But if you text me, I'm gonna text you back. And the first thing I'll text you back is the church crawl. And then how much are these canvases? I would like to contribute.
I think like $6. Or, yeah, it came in a pack of 3 and they were like $6.
Okay.
You don't have to contribute.
I know I don't have to do nothing. I don't do nothing I don't want to do. Okay. I'm going to give you $6 for the canvas,
Well, shoot.
and I would love to do this actually again sometime. I mean, the whole art thing, this is literally something I would never do. Anybody who knows me, I'm like, I ain't doing no arts and crafts. I ain't going nowhere. Make it make sense. I was on my way to buy ammo, actually. I'm that type of person.
Nice.
Yeah, for the range. For the range. Let's.
For the range, for
Yeah,
sure.
we don't need these problems. All right. Well, thank you, Jasiah. I hope I hear from you sooner than
absolutely
later.
will.
Let me get this. All right. Can I hug you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's space. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All right. I hope I see you again, but if not,
Probably will.
and I'm a social worker, so if I can help you at all,
That would
let
be
me know.
awesome, actually.
See you, Jasiah.
Bye. It was really great to meet you.
You too. Well, I'm glad I did that. Let's see here. Sorry, it was so far away and I wanted to just kind of vibe out. It's kind of rare for me that I get to just have a conversation with someone I'm not, you know what I mean? Like an Uber, you kind of have like a structured conversation and time. And then with your friends, you kind of like, it's been a while since I've just taken the time to, all these deer. Oh my gosh. You guys know how I feel about deer. Just pure thuggery. Stupid horns. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, we gotta be nice. Nice to the wildlife. They just think they're so big and bad and tough. Frickin' deer. Hi Brendan. Hi VA. Hi Alan. 6, 7. You kids today. Allison, his audio is quiet, but this is cool that you just found this guy, right? All right. Yeah, that was so I'm very I'm very grateful. When I talk about the Lord just kind of sending people to you, and I don't know if you guys could hear what he was saying, but he's like, you gotta like, basically like, sometimes you fail at things, and like the point was that you were supposed to learn from that failure. The point wasn't that you were supposed to be succeeding from it. And that's what I took away, because I've got a lot of balls in the air right now, and I have to remember, like, none of it, I don't know how much of anything that I'm doing matters, you know, and like the grand scheme of things, and like, if it doesn't matter, then can it just be okay? Like, is that all right? Like, if I'm grateful for that interaction. I needed that. I needed to just like, I feel like everything I do, and I say it all the time, like everything I do is structured. And so, right, like if you take a ride with me in my Uber, I'm going to gear it toward the James house. I'm going to gear it toward the YouTube channel. Like, I'm going to gear it towards like I always have an agenda. And even with my friends, it would be, the agenda is to create connection. Am I making sense? Like, I always have an agenda, and the agenda of creating connection, right? Like, it's pure. It's like, I love you. I want to make sure you feel like, I want to make sure you know that I love you is the agenda with my friends, right? But I'll tell you guys this, and then I'll let you go. One thing I've really been wanting in my life, and kind of like something I really, really need right now, is to like go somewhere, like a friend's house, like I'm loved, and it's so natural, and I just like sleep on their couch and drink a beer, like not even drink, but like, you know, like nurse a beer all day, and like maybe like take a nap or read a book, or, you know, and then we talk sometimes, but, you know, and I've got friends like that for sure. It's just that they have animals at their house, so I can't vibe out. And I would do a lot if I had a friend whose house I could go to and just like crash on their couch for like a couple days and not work. And it's like, I don't have that, and it's nobody's fault. But that's what I mean, if someone was like, you could take a trip anywhere in the world, it would probably be like right around the block or wherever. But people have animals. That's what, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, I've had to give up some friendships because people have animals, you know. I'm gonna eat burgers and cabbage. That really made me emotional. That was really, Jasiah was really a gift from God. It was kind of like just what I needed, just like a conversation with no strings attached. And I always say I love talking to strangers because we'll never see each other again. So we can just be ourselves. And I would recommend that for you guys too. You know, when I didn't have a car, I thought it was the best. I thought it was the best thing. Like, I didn't have a car on purpose. The only reason I got a car is because I moved to a town with no public transportation. And when I didn't have a car, I would just ride my bike around and ride the bus and the train. And I would just talk to just all sorts of people. And you learn so much, different perspectives, and like, you know, and I wouldn't do that today because even I think post COVID, it really did something to our collective psyche, and some people are kind of weird now. And I've had a car for 5 years or 6 years or whatever it is. And I've just honestly, I mean, that's the truth of it. I've just become accustomed to being by myself now in my car and kind of vibing out by myself. Yeah, and I just don't know what other, and it seems like when you engage with people in public, like sometimes they want to talk, but it's usually like a fleeting thing, especially someone like me that's kind of short on time. Like, I only have so much time. And today I just happened to have been on the live stream, so I had time today. And I don't know what the larger message is, if I need to be creating more room. But I'm a little emotional. Like, I could probably cry. I'm not going to, but I could probably cry just because it is super rare that I'm talking to somebody these days without some type of agenda, or the person has an agenda for me, and I have to be mindful of what it is that their intentions aren't pure for me. Like, it's just rare I get to just have a conversation with somebody with no strings attached. And I don't know if you guys saw, he had a sign that just says like, do you want to make art together or something like that? And I'm like, oh, I should probably do something like that. Like, I think that's the move. I think that might be the vibe, is just like, hey, like in elementary school, like, hey, you want to go hit that slide up? Bro, what do you call it? Swings are empty or whatever. You want to go hit up the swings? As adults, it's like, oh, let's go spend a bajillion dollars at a restaurant and get fat together and make somebody else rich. Make our own food together. What? That was so good. I hope I never forget this. And I hope I see him again. I pray that the Lord sent him to me, that I can help him in some way. If you guys were listening about his like situation, he's about to be homeless. Anyway, Be kind to people, guys. And don't. I thought about that trans person inviting me to the gay bakery. And I remember yesterday, and I looked that person in their eyes, and I was like, I love Jesus Christ, but I don't hate you, like, at all. I was like, that's a myth. Like, I like don't hate you, not even a little bit. But I thought about it. I was wondering, like, am I welcome in the gay bakery? And that makes me sad too. Am I welcome in the gay bakery? So we gotta do better, but shout out to Jasiah, and mega shout out to the Lord for bringing me just like a pocket of love and some art. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. Don't forget to love people and learn about biases. I encourage you guys toward that. People think they don't have biases. I will not be somebody's friend. If somebody says to me they love everybody equally, that is such a red flag to me. From like a professional standpoint, from like a personal, because it just for context, it shows a lack of awareness of your own biases, and it is arrogant to think like the only person who loves unconditionally is God. So in my opinion, and my spiritual opinion, and my Christian opinion, it is arrogant to think you are without bias at all in any way, because the only person who is without bias is Jesus Christ. We are to strive to remove our biases. Anyway, live stream every night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We're starting the church crawl tomorrow. I'm going to get whoever shows up, I'm going to try to get them to do a video with me about the experience. I don't know. But anyway, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every night. Bye.